Welcome to Seize the Mains by Malhotra's IAS Academy. I'm Surbhi Sirdana and this is season 3 of our daily answer writing initiative. So this initiative works in coordination with our website, that is rajiasacademy.com. Here at the mains answer writing section, you will see a series of questions. You can answer any of these, but it will be in your best interest if you answer the latest question that we are about to discuss today, which is the question for day 34. Yesterday at 2:30 p.m. in our current affairs discussion of polity and governance, this case of Collegium system was taken. The topic of Collegium system was taken by Drishti ma'am, and a question was framed on that and was put on the website. If you have still not answered this question, I highly urge you to go to the website and answer the question. The link is there in the description below. Also, let's read what the question is about. So, judges appoint judges in the Indian judicial system. Comment and answer in 150 words. See, judges appoint judges or judges are selecting judges has been infamously used for the collegium system in India, and it has been denied multiple times by various chief justices of India and members of judiciary. So, you have to comment on this. Since this is a polity question, it will require you to write some articles of constitution which are about appointing or transferring judges. आपने कुछ articles लिखने ही लिखने हैं, but the question is comment. It is not enumerate the articles. It also demands your viewpoint and your stand on the question and what do you have to say about this topic. So that will also include a lot of the discussion. Also, इस आंसर को, इस क्वेश्चन को एड्रेस करने के लिए हम पैराग्राफ अप्रोच फॉलो करेंगे. वी विल नॉट राइट इन पॉइंट्स, we'll take the paragraph approach here. So in the introduction, first of all, you should talk about appointing of judges or filling of vacancies in the judiciary. It is very important to ensure justice delivery to the citizens. So in India, the first line that we have chosen is that in India, filling of vacancies in the judiciary is one of the most important practices of ensuring justice. The procedure, now you can talk about the articles which talk about procedure. जो procedure है Indian Constitution में mentioned to appoint judges of Supreme Court and High Court. For the Supreme Court, it is there in Article 124 Clause 2. You can just mention the name of article, and for High Courts, it is in Article 217. So you have to definitely talk about these articles when it comes to appointment procedure in the judiciary. So respectively is the word that you will be using by mentioning Supreme Court and High Courts is listed under these articles respectively of country's constitution. Then whatever has been given in the question, for example, the phrase judges appointing judges or judges selecting judges, you can elaborate on this, that it has been infamously used to refer the collegium system in India. This phrase has been infamously used for the collegium system of appointing and transferring judges of Supreme Courts and High Courts. So now we'll talk about the collegium system. उसका brief explanation देंगे. We'll talk about how it evolved. We'll talk about the evolution of collegium system. Also in polity answers, apart from your articles of constitution, your judgments, constitutional amendments, they are also important. So for the evolution of collegium system, there are the 3 judge cases: first judge's case, second judge's case, third judge's case, and the fourth judge's case. The first 3 are very important. Fourth one will be used as peripheral information, and let's see how this will be inculcated in our answer. So this system, first of all, has evolved after a series of discussions and deliberations between the judiciary and executive. If you go to one of the recent articles by Indian Express, they mention the word friction between judiciary and executive has brought us to this system. कि बहुत सारी friction थी पहले, उस वजह से evolution हुआ. But you don't have to write words like friction between 2 organs of the government, because that sends a negative picture. So you don't have to copy paste entirely what is written in the newspapers. You have to frame your own answers. So after a lot of discussions and deliberations between judiciary and executive, or you can say 3 organs of the government, which they manifested into 4 important cases, namely the first judge's case. The first judge's case outlined that the consultation with the Chief Justice of India should be full and effective in appointing judges. Then there was the second judge's case of 1993. This required Chief Justice of India to consult 2 senior most judges of the Supreme Court. on judicial appointments. Then we had the third judges case and the most important because जो collegium system है वो इसी से आया है. Third judges case, it was decided that Chief Justice of India के साथ 4 और judges भी होंगे to advise him. Expanded the judicial collegium in its present composition of the CGI and 4 of his senior most judges. So over these years, after these 3 cases, the court evolved the principle of judicial independence, which is also a part of basic structure of the constitution. तो ये जो system है collegium system, it represents judicial independence. That's why judges are selecting judges in one way. So, and no other branch of the state can interfere with the appointments of judges. It is with this principle in mind that the Supreme Court introduced this collegium system. So, rule of law and judicial independence. This basic structure and rule of law form the judicial independence here. So, this has been ensured by maintaining judicial independence. Now, what happened? The government wanted to. The government came up with the 99th constitutional amendment. National NJAC form हो गया था. That was एक authority बनाई गई थी 99th constitutional amendment के through. That will be responsible for appointment of judges. So they said that we'll have members from judiciary also, 3 judges of Supreme Court, a central law minister is part of executive, and 2 civil society experts. So that will form the new collegium. जो पुराना collegium system है उसको replace करके executive का role increase करना चाहते थे. But in the 4th judge's case, the Supreme Court entirely struck down this act and they said that it is unconstitutional as it is against the basic structure of the constitution. See, the answer that we are writing is for 150 words only. So what you have to do here is, all the 3 cases will be talked about definitely, but make sure that you don't write more than 1 line. This is just to explain you so that you get the clarity of the topic also and you get to know that what has to be incorporated in your answer. So, NJAC and 99th amendment has to be there before writing about the 4th judge's case. So, as of now you can talk about the recent thing that the Supreme Court Collegium is headed by Chief Justice of India and comprises 4 other senior most judges of Supreme Court, whereas High Court Collegium is headed by Chief Justice and 4 other senior most judges of that particular court. वो collegium जो है law minister को अपनी recommendations भेजता है. Law minister passes it on to the prime minister who then passes it on to the president. So it is actually the recommendation of president which goes behind in appointing judges or transferring judges. So that's how the present system is functioning. Now you can talk about the criticism. This will form your body paragraph 2. That collegium system has undergone a lot of criticism. Why? Because obviously जो question statement है that judges are appointing judges. But what they say is that there is lack of transparency on what basis these appointments take place or transfers take place. It has even been accused of nepotism. So these are the problems, but you can say that yes, there is criticism mentioned in the question, but as we have seen above, this is a very transparent process and there are people from the executive also that are involved behind appointment and transferring of judges. So however, as seen above, the fact is that the judiciary is merely one of the many players involved in the process. Many authorities are involved, including the Union Law Ministry, state governments, governors in case of High Court judges. High Court Collegium is also involved. So nepotism can happen at the central level but not at the state level. So not everywhere that can prevail. So they say that in fact this was statements by one of the Chief Justice of India. So this is a direct defense that is coming from him. So intelligence bureaus is also involved, and lastly the topmost executive. Who is the topmost executive here? We are talking about the president here, that the president himself is involved behind appointment of judges. So how can this be biased or non-transparent? So they are all designated to examine the suitability of a candidate. So this is your defense to the statement that is given. Any system that is prevailing in the current country at current times until and unless you see a report on PIB or by official report of the government that this system is wrong and we want to fight against it, you don't have to write anything against that current system, whether it is against judiciary, executive or legislature. So even if the examiner is trying to provoke you to write something against the collegium system, do write the criticisms that have come from various sources, but don't get too emotional and just criticize the system like without limits. Talk about the defenses also, and this is the perfect defense that can be formed. And in the concluding statement, what you can write is that collegium system was introduced for strengthening and improving the appointment process to ensure that CJI or Chief Justice of India is not the sole deciding authority. There are other people also involved, and hence it has stood the test of time. The question with us right now is ensuring effective justice delivery and removing the pendency of cases or addressing the vacancies that lie in the judiciary. So all the organs have to work in coordination. So the three organs of the government must come together to fill loopholes in the system and address issues like delay in appointment, pendency, etc. Also, there can be discussions at the higher level coming from executive, legislature and judiciary to design a better system if they want, but issues of justice delivery, they have to be addressed first, because that is the aim. Justice delivery, effective justice delivery, that is the aim and prerogative for a effective democracy. So this is your answer. It is a comment answer. We have taken the paragraph approach here. The full answer can be seen at the website. The link to the website is there in the description below. आप first link पे click करेंगे तो आपको ये पूरा answer जो website पे uploaded है आपके सामने आ जाएगा. Read the whole answer once again. Add points from your side, delete points from your side, use a lot of flowcharts and send your answers to us. And our team is totally functional day and night in answering your questions and responding back to your answers. Stay tuned. I'll see you with another discussion tomorrow.